6:14. Time now to say good morning to Mike Eppel for the latest in business news. Good Tuesday morning to you, Mike.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I am well, thank you very much. Some new survey results have come in when it comes to holiday spending. And this is no surprise that this is going to be happening, but it looks like Canadians are planning to spend less. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, every year at this time, we get these fearless forecasts about how much we're going to spend when we go to the shopping malls to get ready for the holidays, the Christmas shopping blitz, and into Black Friday, and then on Christmas Eve, and those of us who wait until the absolute last minute. Deloitte Canada is in with their survey, Tammie, and indicating that, as you say, Canadians are going to be spending quite a bit less this year. And it's all about inflation. Because, look, our dollars are being stretched on a daily basis because the cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the past year. So people are going to be more frugal. Overall spending, again, this is an average, down 17% from last year to just over $1,500 per household. Last year was a bit of a shopping blitz. People were like, okay, we're going to go big this year because of everything that had gone on in the pandemic. This year we're scaling back. What was interesting, though, in this analysis, if you will, is the fact that people are going to be spending kind of the same on gift giving, but what they won't be spending money on this year is when you're in a mall and you're shopping for someone else, but then you see something that catches your eye and you go, I want that for myself. So non-gift discretionary spending is dropping substantially, according to this outlook from Deloitte, specifically for electronics, dropping by 50%, and other items down anywhere from 30 to 40%. So, yeah, we're still in a giving mood, but not so much for ourselves, I guess.
We're sacrificing for ourselves.
I don't want to make light of this because this is really important for the retail sector. Obviously, this is their make or break time of year, right? So, what we see here, will the malls be as busy? Yes. Will people be spending as much? Likely not.
Right. Just giving, no taking really in the end.
It's better to give than to receive.
It is, right? Even if it's receiving it from yourself. And it's all about spending. You said stretching the dollar. We've been doing it so much more now, doing it at the grocery store. And yesterday you talked about Loblaw announcing that they were going to be freezing prices on no-name products. And we learned a little bit more about food pricing yesterday coming from Parliament Hill.
Yeah, the unanimous support for an NDP motion to hold a House of Commons investigation into food pricing. Because, look, this has been top of mind for consumers. And it's a rarity that you get all of the major parties agreeing to anything in Ottawa. But I think they can probably see they can make hay with this. From an optics standpoint, if nothing else, it'll be interesting to see which of the top grocery store executives will be called to this House of Commons committee. I'm not sure when it starts necessarily yet, but it's going to be happening. Yesterday, you mentioned Loblaw's announcing the price freeze on no-name products between now and January 31st. And that had an interesting twist to it as the day progressed, Tammie, because we reached out to Metro, for example, and they said, price freezes typically happen this time of year until January. And then Loblaw's on a report to the CBC said, no, they don't. That's not typical at all. So there's this back and forth between the grocery store chains about who's doing what and to what price effect. But it's interesting how this is, of course, been, we face it every day. Yes, this was sidebar. The Bank of Canada issued its latest business and consumer outlook survey, and they said in their results that Canadian consumers have never, it's a record high for inflation expectations. I have to explain that properly. That Canadian consumers expect prices to go up. That's where we're at right now. And that's not good because it gets embedded in the psyche of consumers and workers, and that just causes prices to go up that much further. And that's what the Bank of Canada has been trying to avoid by raising interest rates.
All right. And very quickly, because we're out of time, market surge yesterday did pretty well yesterday and continuing this morning.
Yeah, this has been a surprise for October that markets are actually up a little bit. We've seen massive swings, though. Last week, some of the biggest on record. This week, we start with the Dow Jones up 500 points yesterday. TSX up 300. Markets look okay this morning. It could turn as soon as we get some earnings. We'll hear from Netflix later today.
All right, great, Mike. Do you have online voting in Whitby? Just wondering.
No.
for your, no, not yet.
No, we do not. Our
Okay.
advanced polls are coming up later this week, if memory serves.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll tell you about about online voting coming up in a second. Thank you so much, Mike. We'll chat with you
Thank
tomorrow.